Hey everybody, it's Doug Schauf with Remax Oceanside and MakeMaineYourHome.com. This is episode 4, and I'm really excited about this one. We're going to go talk to somebody that just lives in a neighborhood in Cape Elizabeth, and it happens to be a good friend of mine. His name is Matt Tasker and Carrie Tasker. They live in the Blueberry Ridge neighborhood in Cape Elizabeth. It's right on the Cape Elizabeth-South Portland line. You get to be in Cape Elizabeth, but you also get to enjoy Willard Beach and other things that Cape and South Portland have to offer. So I thought this would be great to sit down with people in a neighborhood, find out a little bit more about them and the neighborhood. If you're ever considering moving to Cape Elizabeth, or you're in Cape and want a different neighborhood, this might be a great way to get to know this area and the people that are in it. Anyway, let's go see Matt and Carrie. Let's do this. All right, guys, I made it over to Matt and Carrie Tasker's house. They live in Cape Elizabeth. We're in the Blueberry Ridge neighborhood. If you're not familiar with that neighborhood, it's like really close to the Cape Elizabeth-South Portland line. We could probably throw a rock from here and hit South Portland. Actually, I know we can.
We can.
Yeah. This is a great neighborhood. You're close to like Willard Beach. You're close to like a lot of things at Cape Elizabeth. It's really awesome here. But I'm excited to talk to these two because they're actually really good friends of mine. Me and Matt grew up together. He's like another brother. As a matter of fact, in the last year and a half, me, Matt, and my brother, we went to where? Las Vegas and Amsterdam.
Yep.
All within the last year and a half.
Yeah.
So we know each other very, very well.
And Lockport, New York, I think, maybe.
And probably, Lockport, New York. Hamburg, New York, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so this is going to be funny, me asking them questions. You know, they're good friends of mine. I probably know most of the answers, but, you know, it is.
It might surprise you.
Yeah, good.
And this is Scott Freeman's mom's coffee mug day.
Oh, fantastic. This is Matt Tasker's coffee. All right,
You sure you need me for this interview?
No, probably not.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, me and Matt will just talk.
Let's just talk to each other.
So saying that, let's start with you,
Okay.
CT. All right.
Go Tigers.
So, hey, I always ask people, where are you from? So where are you from, CT?
Well, I was born in Biddeford, Maine. I lived there from 0 to 24 years of age, and then I moved in with my boyfriend in Portland.
That guy?
Who was him?
Boom. What was it like growing up in Biddeford?
Growing up in Biddeford, it's a little bit of a larger town, so my parents grew up in apartments, and we grew up in apartments. The school was fine, and, you know, I don't have anything bad to say about it. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. So both your parents, I know, both your parents are still alive. And
Yes.
you're obviously, you're very close to them.
Yes.
And they live in Cape.
They live in Cape.
And they live
down
in Cape.
the street.
They just moved down here.
Yeah,
right?
2 minutes
up
away.
Here.
Yeah.
From Biddeford.
Biddeford.
Yeah. So I always like to ask this, as far as like your personality goes and how you are. I mean, who do you feel kind of gave you a lot of your personality? Your mother, your father?
Nobody.
Nobody?
My friends.
Neither one of them.
My friends. No. I mean, I get a lot from both of them. I get my socialness from my father for sure,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah, I can see
I think
that.
I get my kindness from my mother, and she's very sweet and she loves children.
She is
so,
very sweet.
I love kids, and yeah, I got the best of both of them.
Awesome.
I would say.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to go back to Matt. So this might end up being some funny stories here. But hey, Matt,
You gonna ask me how I got here?
where are you from?
I'm from a suburb in between Buffalo, New York, and Niagara Falls, New York,
Yes.
which we would call Buffalo,
Right.
right? And
Like all of Western New York is Buffalo.
pretty much, yeah. I moved here from Buffalo, New York, with my best friend DJ. We played in a heavy metal band, and we came up to play at the University of Orono at a bar called the Oronoka. And
fantastic.
afterwards, we went and sat in the parking lot. So we moved here. First time I was ever in Greater Portland was looking for an apartment.
Yeah, true. So let's go back to Buffalo here for a minute.
Yes, sir.
What was it like growing up in Buffalo?
I loved it. We grew up in I grew up in the village of Kenmore, and actually Carrie and I just visited my parents, and there wasn't enough room at the inn for Christmas, so we did a Airbnb in the village of Kenmore. Took my daughter to the old stomping grounds, and growing up in Kenmore, you're kind of in the '70s. You're kind of feral. So your parents just kind of let you out.
Yes.
And then they
Don't
whistle
cro-
for you
don't
at dinner
cross
time.
the tracks.
Whistle for you. Yeah, don't go to your neighborhood. Cross the tracks. And that was about it. Don't hit Kenmore Ave. Don't go over the railroad tracks. Sheridan Drive. Military.
Yeah.
That gives you your 7-year-old about 3 square miles to roam all day.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
It was
awesome.
great.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Now, just like what I asked Carrie, I know both your parents. They are awesome. Your personality, Matt, is
Yes.
kind of unique.
Oh, thanks.
You're probably the smartest person I know.
Thank you, dear.
But you're extremely organized, extremely go-getting, and all that. Where do you think all that comes from?
Well, Carrie stole my answers.
That's okay. That's
I mean,
okay.
Sorry.
You can repeat.
I was lucky enough to grow up with both my parents. My parents have been together since the 50s, since high school, and they really are morphing into one person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I grew up with both of them. I learned a lot from both of them. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so you're obviously married happily.
we are.
obviously.
Yeah, we are.
Sometimes.
And you
Thank you.
and you have a child,
We
Yes.
Jillian Tasker. Do you want to come in here for a second?
do. Yeah.
Introducing.
This is a
Introduce
notorious girl named Boo.
Do you want to come in? Sit on your mom's lap, maybe?
Okay.
Jump right up there.
What up, Jill?
This is Jillian Tasker. Give me a high five. So, Jillian, what grade are you in?
3rd,
So that makes you how old?
8.
What do you do for fun?
Well, I go roller skating with my mom and I climb rocks with my dad.
That's awesome. Are you a good roller skater? Yeah.
Yes.
Can you
Better
go,
than me.
Yeah.
She can even go backwards.
Oh.
You can. Mm-hmm. Can you go super fast? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you do a little dance while you do it too?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. All right. What about rock climbing? Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
Can you go higher than your father?
A lot faster.
A lot faster. That's
A lot
for sure.
faster. Yeah. Not necessarily higher, but faster. Awesome. What do you think about your school? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really fancy.
It is. Do you like your teacher?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say?
What do you like about your school, Jill?
I have a lot of friends
Yeah.
You do.
and a really good playground.
One of which is my daughter, right?
Yeah.
What do you what like subject in school do you like the most? Do you like math? Do you like reading? Do you like music? Do you like jumping up and down?
After lunch, we have this thing called quiet time where we can play games and draw, and it's just really quiet and I enjoy it.
Yeah. Anything else?
I got my ears pierced last year.
we can see those.
Yes. And we're proud of it, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. All right. All right. Thanks, Jilly.
Thanks, Jilly.
Go step in the door.
Bye.
So staying on the school topic and the neighborhood for that matter, what made you guys want to move to Cape?
Yeah. Well, we lived in Portland before on Munjoy Hill, and we decided that we wanted to move to a community with a really great school system. So our choices were either Falmouth or Cape Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And we certainly wanted something with sidewalks where we could go for long walks. We enjoy doing that on Munjoy Hill.
Right.
And then one day we were driving around these streets. We were driving down Red Oak, and we saw a mom walking a dog with her little boy who was about 5 and little girl who was about 3. And we drove by and they smiled and waved, and
Yeah.
and then the little boy
They had a
hugged
little
his little
twinkle.
sister. Yeah, the little boy hugged his little sister, and I said, oh my gosh, this is the neighborhood for us.
Yeah.
And they were right on this lot actually as we were driving by. So we
that's
chose
fun.
this exact lot, and that family lives right down in the cul-de-sac, and we're good friends with them. So
That's awesome.
it's a great
Yeah.
place to live.
That's great. See, I think I learned something. I don't know if I've ever heard that exact story.
Me.
Yeah.
That's really
Whatever. You were there.
me either.
Every day's a brand new day.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Yeah. So the transition, though, I mean, you guys, you said you lived on Munjoy Hill. I lived up there for a long time. I did a similar transition to what you guys did. What was it like going from Munjoy Hill to a neighborhood like this?
Well, we had a buffer spot because we stayed in Old Orchard Beach during the winter.
Right.
Geez, I
For
forgot
eight-
about that.
on East Grand for 8 months.
Yeah, that's right.
So it was a nice little, that was a little bit secluded.
Right.
So actually it wasn't a big shock because we went from very secluded to here.
Right.
So it was not like we went from a bustling city. We had a bus going down the street on Atlantic Street. And
Right.
So we had a little transition.
I think
Right.
it was a warmth too when we moved out of Munjoy Hill. We didn't really know a lot of neighbors. And
I'd
then
only
when
been there 20 years.
Yeah. And then we didn't know a lot of people. And then
Yeah.
we moved here and people were knocking on the doors and, you know, Jillian was playing with kids in the neighborhood. So it was much more inclusive.
Right.
You know, we felt part of a community here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Now, when you moved to this neighborhood, you had this house built.
Yeah.
So you're the original owners and all that kind of stuff. Let's talk a little bit about that because I know, you know, building a house can be stressful and all that kind of stuff. You decided on this lot because of what you just told us. You know, tell me a little bit about how you came up with the design of the house, the process there. Matt's looking at me like, oh, I hated that.
No. Well, you know, this neighborhood was mostly spec houses where the builder built them and then just sold them. But this lot wasn't built. So we convinced him to kind of do a house just for us, even though he didn't really do that type of stuff. So it was a little bit clunky, but you know, I work from home, so I was able to get a bathroom put in my office. I have a private entrance up to my office, so then the bookkeeper comes over. She doesn't have to walk through the house, and so it was stressful. You know, you have to come here every day because builders make mistakes or whatever, and there was a lot of frustration at the time. But I think we'd do it again for sure.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of the frustration was we were going to Home Depot almost every day, choosing things with
Light
with a
fixtures.
baby.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
who
Jillian was
off
one.
of schedule, so that was a little bit challenging. But I mean,
Did both of you go and pick it out, or did just you?
no, we both went.
Or just me.
yeah.
Or just
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
But
I
it's
gotcha.
totally
It's the other
worth
way
it.
around.
It's
Yeah.
totally worth it. I'd do it again.
Yeah,
just
sure.
To
Yeah.
have everything I want, and
Right.
it's a lovely home.
But
Yeah.
I would say anybody building a house, make everything 2 feet bigger.
Yeah.
I learned that from my mother.
Right.
Yes.
My garage is 2 feet too narrow. My dining room is 2 feet too short.
Yeah.
So it would cost so little money to have a 2 foot bigger garage, but you look
Right.
at it, it
At
seems
the
big
ti-
enough
at the
on
time,
paper.
you're like,
you
yeah,
measure
it'll be
your
fine.
car and like there's plenty of room. But
Right. Yeah. Overall, though, it's a gorgeous home. You got your office space up there. Let's talk a little bit about the neighborhood. I mean, there's a lot of family here, a lot of kids. I mean, what's your favorite part about the neighborhood?
I think my favorite part of the neighborhood is that it is just so close to things that we enjoy doing. We enjoy hiking, and we have trails right nearby. We
I always
enjoy.
forget about those right
Yeah,
back there. Yeah, sure.
yeah, they're awesome, and we can let the dog run loose. She has a great time. We have Willard Beach, which is about a 15-minute walk.
The location's great. I mean, do you guys go down to Willard Beach a lot?
Yeah,
Yeah, we did. Walk down to Willard
absolutely.
Beach.
Nice.
Yeah, we walk down there with the dog in the winter and with the kid in the summer, and
Right.
and just the people in the neighborhood are great. Everybody's just so friendly. We all take care of each other. It's
And
great.
you have almost no traffic coming through this neighborhood, right? I mean, it's
Very
not like, I mean,
minimal.
nobody has realized that you can get cut through. So
Right. Yeah, very minimal.
Yeah. What else do you guys do for fun when you?
We play fantasy football.
with you,
With you.
Which I won this season.
2 years in a row.
I came
2
in
years
third.
in a row. I went for a
came in
read
third.
fourth for
She beat me.
Oh, that's right. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Good.
right.
So
No, we also love going to Portland Players and seeing shows over there. We love going out to eat.
that place
We-
is great.
Yeah, we go to Ellesmere a
Portland is
lot
really
down
good.
the street, and yeah.
Do you guys go over to David's a lot?
We have, yes.
Sometimes
We have anytime.
Absolutely.
It's great, yeah.
It's delicious.
Now, what kind of walk to like Fort Williams are you? If we
Fort Williams
if
is probably
to
a little
walk,
far. It's a little
far.
farther than Willard Beach.
It's
Yeah.
exactly a half mile from here.
It depends on where you're going. The entrance of the park is pretty close, but anything to get to within Fort Williams is very far from the entrance of the park. So
Right.
it adds a little bit of time, but
Yeah, to walk there. Yeah,
but it's a good walk, and it's
see
a
what
nice
you're
walk along those houses along the water and all that stuff.
saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, gotcha. Thanks, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Matt and Carrie Tasker, thank you guys very much. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time.